Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spoilers and Theories video for NCIS Season 13 Episode 23, Dead Letter. So this is the official press release for Dead Letter. In the promo, it shows Fornell being rushed into the hospital, and Gibbs is just following behind him like a little kid. He's asking the doctors if he's gonna be okay, and he sounds like the saddest puppy at the pound right now. There's also a shot of him and Emily hugging. They also show the team investigating the crime scene at Gibbs' house, and either the MI6 woman is dead or she's chilling in the worst possible spot. There's a really brief clip of Gibbs, Bishop, and Abby in her lab. There's a quick thing of like a surveillance video that I can't quite make out. Gibbs is also talking about how he has a trail of dead bodies, and then Gibbs is in interrogation talking to someone we can't see, but he does ask why they're looking for Ziva David. And then the final shot in the promo is Tony standing up, and it looks like he's reacting to something, and at the bottom it says something along the lines of like, final 2 episodes. I think this kind of confirms that Jessica, the MI6 woman, is probably dead. I mean, you can only see her feet, like, Wicked Witch style, but I don't know who else would be lying on the floor like that with numbers surrounding them, so I'm assuming it's her, and she's not breathing. I really don't know if they would have Fornell die. There's kind of a runaway train of a theory I'm thinking about in which Fornell dies and then Gibbs has to take care of Emily and he has that kind of daughter figure in his life again. That's a lot, and I don't know if they'd actually ever do that. I don't think I want to see Fornell die, especially after what his daughter's already been through. Like, you know, Gibbs's list of close friends is already an endangered species list at this point, so I'd hate to see another one bite the dust. I am expecting some kind of emotional Gibbs moments, though, with the whole Tony leaving thing and, like, Fornell in the hospital. Let's talk about Tony's mortality for a second. And I know I've already mentioned some of the articles that came out, and some of the wording led me to believe that they probably weren't going to kill him. But what I'm touching on right now involves a promo with a lot of clips that are from upcoming episodes that weren't in the other promo. I usually consider promos fair game, but just because this isn't an actual episode promo and more of a Tony's leaving promo, this is a spoiler alert. I'm going to keep my talking about this under a minute. So if you don't want to hear about anything that happens in this additional promo, please skip ahead about a minute, and I'll see you on the other side. So starting now. Skip it. Final warning. The promo shows a lot of clips from older episodes, but it also has a lot of new clips of him saying goodbye to the team, like Abby and Gibbs, and I think even Jimmy and McGee, but the only ones with dialogue are with Abby and Gibbs. And the fact that he's saying goodbye to them makes me think that he's not gonna die because he's aware that he's leaving. Like, he's giving advance notice. I don't imagine it being like Kate, where she just kind of like, bye. Spoiler alert, Kate was shot in the face. There was a Michael Weatherly interview where he said there is sudden death. He could literally just be like happily on his way out and then he gets shot. He could totally die, I just don't really think he will. So summary, don't really think he's gonna die, but we'll see after this episode. We're all good? We're all back? Alright. Awesome. So, Ziva. In the promo, Gibbs asks someone why they're looking for Ziva. When the press release for Family First initially came out, and it talked about current and former agents being hunted down, I was kind of wondering if this would be a way they would incorporate Ziva. And then that stuff with Tony's identity started happening, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's kind of how they incorporate her. Just like she went to go find herself, he has to go find himself. But now I'm wondering if my original theory might be closer to what actually happens. They could do both. They could do neither. I'm not sure. We've talked about Fornell's mortality. We've talked about Tony's mortality. So let's bring up Ziva's mortality and complete the circle. I was not super concerned about Ziva's mortality until this promo happened. Because I was thinking, for Tony to have that realization, Ziva doesn't really have to physically be there. But the fact that they're looking for her and she's not physically there, I find a little bit more worrisome. I mean, on one hand, it would be super tragic and intense to have her die, but like, that's such like a sad ending to her story and like her family. Like, the entire David family would just be gone right then. Who's gonna like take her body? Shmuel? Oh god. That's why Tony leaves, to go bury Ziva. What a chipper ending. I'm not sure if all the clips from this promo are in Dead Letter, because some might be in this episode and then some might be in Family First. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping we kind of start to dig into some Ziva stuff during Dead Letter. Just like, why are they looking for Ziva? In the final shot of the promo, it does really look like Tony's reacting to something. So I think a lot of people were wondering if he was reacting to some news about Ziva or something along those lines. Side note, in the other promo, when he pushed the bald man, he was wearing the same tie that he's wearing in the shot where he's standing up reacting to something, or at least it looks that way. I'm thinking it's from either the same scene or like the same day, or maybe he just did a load of laundry and is wearing that tie on a different day in his life, because you could do that when you wash clothes. It was said that Ziva will have an impact on Tony's reason to leave. And you know, like, Tony has these choices to make. I am very curious to see how she impacts him, because my main theory was the one about him kind of having to go on the same journey she did. Articles keep saying that Cody said that she did not film any new scenes for this episode. And again, I'm just kind of going after wording here, but I kind of wonder if they would ever do anything like they did with Kate in Life Before His Eyes, where they took stock footage of Kate from an old episode and then digitally altered it and then put it in the new episode, so it kind of made it a new scene. I'm wondering a little bit if they would ever do something like that. And I don't know if voice work technically counts as like filming a new scene. I don't know. The only wording I've seen used so far is she didn't film any new scenes. So we'll see. I'm just incredibly curious to see the role that Ziva plays in this arc. So we know that Cody didn't film any new scenes, but they did say that there is a guest star cast that's happening. They did say that Senior would be back, which is exciting. But I'm also interested to see other guest stars that are gonna be there. Will Jean make a reappearance? Because we left off so well with them. I wonder if Mickey will propose to Delilah because of the mention of the ring, and then he told Bishop about it. So I think I'd be kind of more surprised if he didn't propose during this arc than if he did. I mean, I want him to propose. I like them. I like McLila. 2 new characters are being introduced. One is a male MI6 agent, and one is a female FBI agent. These 2 characters are potential series regulars in the future, so I really want to pay attention to them. I think that's kind of important to note their existence. The case itself, obviously I'm interested in the case and seeing where it goes. I wonder if the spy is who Gibbs is talking to in not in Autopsy. Maybe he will talk to him in Autopsy, seeing how it goes. I wonder if Gibbs is talking to Jacob Scott in Interrogation. I still wonder if the bald man that Tony pushed is Trent Court. That'll be a fun blast from the past. And by fun, I mean probably aggressive and a little sad. But nonetheless, I'm excited to see who it is. I'm curious to see what Tony's reacting to when he stands up. I'm really pumped to see this episode. I know I keep saying that. God, I'm gonna miss Tony DiNozzo. I'm gonna miss him so much. I'm really looking forward to this episode. I hope we really start digging into some Tony-centered plotline this episode, because it's been pretty case-centered with the finale arc so far, but I really, really hope we start delving into more Tony-centric things. So those are the spoilers and theories for Dead Letter. Tell me what you guys are thinking. What are some of your theories that you're having about this episode? Because there's a lot to theorize about. There's a lot happening. I think there's some potential for some great plot lines, some great episodes, so I'm very excited to see them. So I'll see you guys for the recap and review of NCIS Season 13, Episode 23, Dead Letter.